Hey, welcome back everyone. I'm gonna show you something cool when I finish this scan. Let me tell you, today is a very busy day. One of the magazines that I found taught me how to make this bad boy. And I know it looks very cool, but we can't be sure unless we test it in action. Now that we know how to connect generators, we can test out my new baseball bat in gas station to see how it works. Oh, and by the way, this is my new ride. With all the skill books and XP grinding, I can finally hotfire cars. I say it's a major step up. You know, one thing that I love about this game is how it makes you appreciate very little things after a while. Like having fuel, fresh food and water, power and all this stuff. You just have to work very hard to get a glimpse of them back, and that's what I'm doing right now. But at least when you finally get it back again, you know how much they exactly worth, and I guess, well, that's something, you know. And there we go, gas station up and running again. I managed to survive the early phase of Apocalypse, which takes us to the next level. And I know, getting started is always very difficult, but maintaining something is not that easy either. So I spent a whole week or so working on my base, stealing new furniture from other places, finishing the outer wall, organizing my loot, all kind of stuff. And I think it will bore you to death watching me do all of that. So instead, I'm gonna show you how I actually survived the last episode. I failed to loot the pharmacy and it was way too risky going back in again. So on my way back I saw a broken ambulance on the road. Luck, destiny, call it what you want, but I got a bunch of medical supplies including suture needle. And I was thinking to myself the whole time, why didn't I notice I can do this shit sooner instead of going into town and risking my life. Yeah, jackpot. But there was a small problem on the hand. But I got an idea. So I dealt with the batch on the road, I grabbed all this stuff and drove back home. Well, since then everything has been quiet. Nothing happened really. And after a week, we'll come back again. This is a whole new place. Don't worry, I give you a quick tour around. I built an extra room here because I felt like it would make a good place for storage. And look at my base. My base is really looking good with the lights on. And man, I love build 42. Look at the lighting. Well, here I just added new cabinets for drinks and smokes, and also some items and boxes in the garage for storing items and soft drinks, tools and stuff like this. And my front yard is complete, and I was just about to make a small garden in front, so you're all caught up with me now. Meanwhile, I'm gonna tell you some new plans that I have going forward. I wanted to make a forge for the future, but it's a hell of a project, so it will probably take me a long time before I can set it up. But for what it's worth, I did some foraging to get some clay, stones and whatever I can find, so I can make a stone forge in the backyard. Nothing too fancy, but it's a start. The whole process of making cement is not that easy, but I found a bug that you can still duplicate the bucket after crafting some cement. With that out of the way, I planted some crops because it was raining non-stop pretty good, so I thought that might be a right time. But to get it started in this whole blacksmithing thing, I need some levels in metalworking and some more tools that I wasn't even paying attention to. So yeah, as I said, it will take a long time until we can start actually producing the stuff. I don't like to interrupt your watching, but it would really mean a lot to me if you hit that subscribe button, if you are enjoying the content of course. And again, I thank every one of you that's been supporting the channel so far. You guys are just awesome. That night, nothing happened much, I just read one more book before bed and that was it. But for tomorrow, I'm going to get a very important item and I just happen to know one place that might have it. I'm gonna take a little road trip to the park ranger cabin that I think there was an old stove there, which I'm gonna need it very soon, when it's start to get cold. For cooking food, heat, light, it just has everything. But of course, same as everything else, it's not gonna come easily. I was expecting a fight, but let's just say I was surprised. It was just not possible to fight all that zombies head on, so I just juked some of them into the trees and made my way into the cabin. Now here I have a little kill box that I can deal with zombies easier. You will see what I mean. And just like that, we got ourselves a fancy looking stove. Now, where to put it? Not that bad, huh? After a few days of being idle, looks like zombies have finally respawned. But this time, I'm gonna have some fun, see what's the new aiming system's about. I was out of bullets fast, but it was fun while it lasted. But anyway, now that I have some working fridge back in the base, it's time for some fresh meat. Just have to find a good spot for my traps. I took a little ride out the main highway and I find a place not far from a car wreck. Well, I think it's just good enough. Hopefully it will catch us some small game. Now I have to make a new schedule. So I set up my traps and set up my clock. Just have to wait and see what's next. I had some cereal that I used as bait. I think there is a high chance that I catch something, but I guess we will find out tomorrow. Time to get back home. It was a long day, and when I got home and checked on my wounds, It was just a scratch left that I would hopefully recover from in the future, no problem. I fixed my trusty baseball bat with some wood glue and had a nice drink. I think you're kinda set for now, and I'm gonna call it an episode right here. Thanks for watching, as always. Stay sharp, stay safe. Goodbye.